Hi, YouTube. Timothy Unkert here. So I got a question from a viewer like, oh, I'm learning, some HTML, CSS and learning JavaScript, but I feel overwhelmed. Do I need to learn Vim? And the answer is no. Um, Vim is nice to have. I used it when I was SSHing into a server. I would have it's like a Vim minimal, whatever the minimal form of Vim is. I forget off the top of my head. So you didn't have all the functionality of Vim, but using the Vim key bindings on the back end of a server was helpful. In one web development job I worked, another couple other ones I didn't really use it at all. Um, One of the jobs I worked on, I used, I think, Coffee Cup HTML editor, which is basic. And I was maintaining a website for a little startup that we did in Connecticut. Long story short, though, now I'm back to teaching. I recently did a video how I use ChatGPT, um, VIM, and Pandoc to speed up my workflow. And I thought to myself, I was thinking about it, like Vim with the macros and replacing stuff. Could I do this with VS Code? Because VS Code is a lot more accessible to many users, and you don't have to feel overwhelmed when you're learning it. So let's try this out with VS Code. Okay, so I'm going to go here. We're going to go to ChatGPT. Let's open that. You go to the login, log into ChatGPT. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to tell ChatGPT to create me a worksheet uh, with 10 problems that have cubic polynomials um, and uh, give the students 1, 0, and have them find the other two zeros. Okay, let's start that and see what it does. So it says, sure, I can do this. Okay, that's explaining what it's going to do. That's creating it. So you see this is generating this pretty fast. Again, as in the previous video, if you're a math teacher watching this, you do need to check the problems because ChatGPT was about 80% correct. So that means it was 20% wrong. So I had to change a couple equations. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Let's fire up VS Code here. And let's open a folder. And let's go on my desktop, create a folder, school stuff, be fine. Name it whatever. Select the folder. Yes, I trust the authors. So getting ready for this video, I did install a few things. One is a theme. It doesn't really matter. Themes don't matter. I have a couple Atom themes there. Uh, Live server, which I'm going to use to preview in the browser. Markdown all in one because I'm going to use a Markdown document here. So let me create a Markdown document called cubic polynomials.md and make sure I copied this. Okay, so now I'm going to paste it. Okay, we want to get rid of this line. So to delete a line in VS Code is Control-Shift-K, just like Sublime. Now, if I want to go to the top, I could do Home and the up arrow. Or this computer, I do FN and the up arrow. So you just go to the top line there, Control-Shift-K. You notice we have some of this funky formatting here. I'm going to do Control-Shift-K here, and you probably want to write some kind of directions. Go up and write the name and date. And then we have each of these. Now I used macros in this other video. I'll leave a link to that video in the description to get rid of this kind of stuff, but we can use search and replace in Vim. Now for this stuff here, I'll probably just go and quickly get rid of it because it doesn't really match anything else. Writing a macro for that wouldn't be an advantage either. Let me just tighten up this. Okay, so now we want to find each of these. So I'm going to do Control-Shift-H for search and replace, and I'm going to search for the slash and the parentheses. There's 20 results in the file, and I'm going to replace it with nothing. So what I'm going to do now is just click this icon, which is replace all, or you could do Control-Alt-Enter. You see that VS Code is giving me what to do. It's going to ask, want to replace all 20 occurrences across one file. I'm going to say yes. Okay. I also have to get rid of these. So I might have to do another one. So forward slash, and then the other parentheses and replace with nothing. Replace occurrences. Yes. Okay. So now we've got that. Now I want to get rid of the little caret and surround these with superstrings or with superscript tags rather. So let's search for the caret and we're going to just replace it with the opening superstring tag. So across the file. Okay, cool. Now it's kind of tough how I would get this on the other side. And if you have a suggestion for that, please leave a comment in the comments below because you might have figured out a better way than I did. So I'm going to put my cursor on this first one, just hold the Alt key, which is the Windows key, and just highlight all of these, or just click to get my cursor on all of these. And what you may want to do is just when you get like a lot of them, I'll go focus on this row afterwards, just in case you click the wrong spot. So anyways, I've got the multiple cursor there. I'm just going to create the closing superscript tag, and then I'll go here and do the same thing. Okay, and then just close it out like so. Let's save it and then do Control Shift P to bring up the command palette. And then I've already used this command because I was playing with this, but you want to search for Markdown all-in-one, print current document to HTML. I'm going to do that. And we see it's created the HTML document. Now it throws in a whole bunch of styling here. You could put in your own styling for the paragraph, like spaces below and above and the margins if you wanted to. But if I click on the Go Live button, which is with this extension Live Server here, then I get the worksheet, in a browser here, and then I can just go and print to PDF. I'm going to go to more settings because I have these headings here and just uncheck headers and footers and click print. And let's save this in the school stuff as cubic polynomials.pdf. Now if I go to that file, I'm going to close out VS Code at this moment. If I go to this file here and just open it, you'll see I've got my PDF created that way. So hopefully this video illustrated how you don't have to use Vim and Pandoc necessarily. You could use ChatGPT and VS Code. If you're coding, you don't have to use Vim. You could use VS Code if you want. Use whatever you're comfortable with. And yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. If you do, like and subscribe. Thanks.